Welcome! Welcome to HugNation. Today's topic is Jump for Joy! I had a really cool experience this weekend where I was with my friend Darren and went to go visit him, and I walked right into the middle of a game of Chutes and Ladders. Now, are you familiar with Chutes and Ladders? Genius, poetic, spiritual, evolved practice all put into one simple board game. As you go along the very simple path to the top, if you land on a space that has a ladder, you get boosted up and you skip a bunch of spots. And if you land on a place with a ladder, you slip down and lose position. So on first appearance, it looks like this is a linear path to winning. But once you start playing for a while, it's up, down, loop, 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 around, whoop, whoop, whoop. Always eyes on the prize. But if you get too focused on where the prize is, you're doomed for these epic frustrations because the slides are everywhere. Kind of ironic or poetic or something that slides, which typically are something that you do for fun, in this game is like, you know, the penalty. So, you know, when in a 4-year-old's room, act like a 4-year-old. So I got into this game. And playing a board game with Zora may be the coolest and most fun and most wonderful thing I've ever done. Because Zora is excitable. Zora is so present that anything that's happening is pretty much amazing. Or horrific. But if you catch her when everything is amazing, it is so fun. So Zora, every time she spun the dial, no matter what number she got, she literally jumped in the air for joy. She would be in a seated position and would jump up and go, 4, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, 4 is not even that great of a number in the scheme of things. I might jump for a 6, but a 4? Not even landing on a ladder? Just a 4? Can you imagine being so excited by what's happening in this moment that you roll a 4 and you're like, and when she would hit a slide, she didn't get all freaked out. It was like she was so present, she knew she was trying to get up to the top and she wanted to win. Oh, she wanted to win. But not at the expense of the joy of the 4, or the joy of a 2, or the joy of a 1. I'm like, 1. She's like, 1! I'm moving! I'm moving! Oh, I'm moving! Oh, it's like a baby going, whoa, crazy! Whoa, I'm doing this! That's so awesome! And then as you grow and you get older, you start to get used to things. You take things for granted, and suddenly it takes a little bit cooler thing, a little bit more amazing thing, a bit more wonderful thing to get you excited, to make you jump for joy. If anything can make you jump for joy. And that's one of the things, like when you look at like the curse of success. If you look at a rock star, a movie star, a fabulously, intensely, crazy, wealthy person, because you can't buy wonder. You can't buy beginner's mind. You can try to bypass that and keep buying more and more amazing things, bigger yachts, your own island, a penthouse full of escorts. But that's why so many, people that can have anything they want are unhappy, because you don't have to learn this skill of recalibration back to Zora mind, back to beginner's mind, back to 4-year-old wonder eyes. 4! And it's something that I definitely have noticed. I mean, one of the consequences of a rich, full life is that amazing things no longer blow your mind because you've seen something like it before. And if you don't practice that, wait a minute, let me recalibrate and recognize that the fact that I am conscious to anything is a gift. Now Zora is not having to do that mental pattern. She doesn't have to go through the exercise of snapping back into, wait a minute, let's not take it, because she's just, wah! But eventually she's gonna have to find a way to get back to that place of appreciation for that baseline awareness. If you think about, what if I had no sight? Then suddenly to look out the window, even at the other side of a building, is a gift that could make you cry. One of the neat things about physical injury is that it can be a powerful reminder of what you take for granted every day. I am right now without back pain. Last week I was at a chiropractor 3 times, 4 times, and I am today so appreciative of the experience of non-pain. Not joy, not orgasm, not bliss, just non-pain. Thank you. So sometimes an injury is this powerful gift in that way, but we don't have the same kind of overt, powerful reminders of taking consciousness for granted. We take the body for granted, the physical world for granted, but not the thoughts for granted. When you get like a physical injury, like my back pain, is a boom, but a thought, emotional injury, such as anxiety or stress, those do the opposite actually of reminding you of what you're taking for granted. Instead, what they do is they kind of drag you farther and farther away from that awareness of, wow. So it takes a real practice. And this is keenly in my mind because I'm at a time in my life where I am having more anxiety and more stress because of the work situation that I have embraced and the challenges that I have put myself into by choice. I'm not trapped, I'm not in jail, there's no one holding me here. But these projects and this time frame and this pace, and it's one of the natures of grown-up thinking of like, you get very focused on getting to the top of the chutes and ladders. And if you get too focused on it, then every time you hit a ladder, you're happy. But every other time, and the inevitable slides are crushing and so frustrating, and the reality is there are slides every day. But if you think of them not as these, it's in the way of me getting to the next step, but instead, oh, this is how the game is played. The game of Chutes and Ladders is not played like this. If you think that way, you're gonna be crushed dozens of times. If you recognize that Chutes and Ladders is played like this, more like a dance than a climb, then the stress level goes down, the joy goes up. But it's hard. So much of a high-pressure work environment, which I think is all work environments, is fixing things that are broken, getting to the goals, trying to achieve deadlines, and it's, you're always feeling like there's a competition, someone's out to get your lunch, and do whatever the pace and or the motivators are. But it's hard to just be, well, whatever, ladder, slide, makes no difference, because in the realm of the game, it does make a difference. And so it's very hard to be in that state of like, everything's perfect, while also being in the state of, here are my goals that I need to achieve for my job. So you have to kind of do what Zora does. She wants to win, but she doesn't need it to happen in a specific way. She doesn't get bummed out when she slides. She doesn't even get that thrilled when she climbs. She just knows she's 4. I'm really happy and I feel very blessed that the environment that I work in is where at Fresh Realm we have institutional programs to try to snap us back into the now. Every Friday we have a gratitude circle, and we start it with 3 breaths with the intention of, just like when we start HugNation, of trying to get present, trying to let go of all the things, all your to-do lists, all your stuff, and trying to just get present, trying to be with your humanity in a moment. And we also do a daily meditation. And I gotta tell you, a daily meditation has been very educational for me. Not because I'm getting good at meditating, but because I'm becoming aware of how far my mind process patterns are from Zora thinking. I'll do a practice sometimes where I'll say how many, I'm just gonna focus on my breath. I'm gonna do 20 breaths, not think about anything else except my breath. Just notice, focus, and just noticing my breath. And I always hear the term focus on your breath, but I'll try to actually do it. And it's crazy how I'll get to 3 breaths, 4 breaths, and then I'm off in some thought about something I need to do at work, or something that I forgot to pack, or something that I need to drop off the laundry, and something that, so I'll come back. 1, 2, I wonder if and I'm off again. And it's kind of like deciding, it's like practicing, trying to work out and realizing, oh my gosh, I can't even do a push-up. And that's how I'm becoming aware of my mind and my ability to be still, my ability to not go into crazy thoughts. It's the same, not being able to be still is what takes you out of appreciating the joy in the now. The miracles and the amazingness of existence and of being alive and being aware of this beautiful planet can only happen if you can be there as it's happening. Otherwise, you're just living in a story about it, which I and most people are doing most of the time. So, but it's not enough. This daily meditation is not enough. I'm trying now to increase more meditation and trying to do more overt recalibrating out of these stories back towards joy, because I want to say forward. I want to spin the. I want to take a step out my front door and go, I'm moving. I'm moving. This body can move. I want to see a tree and go, wow, that is converting sunlight to energy. Wow. And it takes a lot of work when you've got a mind filled with all sorts of patterns that's built in a way for survival mechanisms to take things for granted and to not notice the things that it already knows and understands. You got to recalibrate, come back. To take a moment and say, wow, at this moment, as I think about an idea and try to express it, I'm also feeling the vibration, the life force, the hearts of you who's tuning in live or archived, because you're a part of this vibration, you're a part of this path and this journey. And that is as miraculous as that tree. That's as amazing as a 4. That's about as beautiful as it gets. So I take a moment now to appreciate this moment. And you. Happy HugNation. Thank you. I love you.